Okay, it's July 4th. I just kind of wanted to get something done on the STI real quick. When the previous owner relocated the battery, he welded these posts. So, yeah. So I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning. Excuse me. Yeah, pollen. Do a little bit of cleaning, and I no longer have the hard board that normally comes here, but I do have the carpet. So for the carpet to kind of lay on that properly, I had to create some slits so that I can put the post over it. And I'm gonna go ahead and shampoo and clean this however I can. It's pretty filthy, so see what I can do just to actually get it somewhat not filthy, and then clean also the trunk, just kind of wipe it down a bit. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. Okay, so that's the best I'm ever gonna get it for this age of a car. So I don't know what the hell's going on there. I don't know what happened here. So it looks like the spare tire just kind of sit there. I was able to, that's the best I'm ever gonna get this carpet cleaned. Doesn't look too bad, looks actually pretty good. So I just need to get the trim pieces on the trunk and the board that goes underneath that, and that should be okay. Okay, so after a full day of landscape work, decided to take a break. No, let me shut this down just so I don't get copyright if the music goes on. So I took out the injectors so that I can prep them so that they can dry up overnight and be able to ship them to FIC for them to do a check to make sure that they're clean and they're not sticking open or closed. So that's part of what I'm doing to troubleshoot this no start issue that I have, or hard start, whichever one. As an FYI, one of the things that I noticed when I pulled one of the injectors out is that it was ripped. So I thought these Viton fuel, actually, you know what, let me turn on the light so you guys can see it. Is it this one? Yeah, you guys can see it. Let's see how it rips. So it was in like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that. That's about a piece. So I just, when they clean this, I'm just gonna have them replace it. So that's pretty much what I'm just gonna do for today, and just wait for some more items to come in. The fuel pump, of course, I think I already mentioned that. So it is Tuesday, the actually, I think it might be the 12th. So there's nothing on the STI today, but we are going to be just doing a quick trip to Freed to get Jordan's car dropped off, because he's going to get some work done on his. And I did get an invoice from FIC. That I think they've cleaned it. They're just getting ready to ship it out. I just need to pay for it. And what else? And Nate has an extra map sensor, but I think it's different than that of what I could use, because it's a different year, different generation. So Maybe if things don't work out too well and still fails to start, maybe I could try that, maybe swap it and see if that'll work. I think that's it. So anyway, let's get going, and let's go meet Jordan and get his MK4 dropped off. Okay, we are back. Dropped Jordan off. Interested to see what the end result is on his Supra. He's getting a lot of work done, so hopefully he can get it before fall, so that we can do a little bit of a trip and a cruise somewhere. But for now, I need to go claim my battery cord deposit. So I'm gonna try and remove the battery off the GTR, because that's what I'm gonna use as my core. It's pretty interesting, and it's pretty tight how they have the battery set up here. It's kind of pretty neat actually that it's already, I think it comes stock. I'm pretty sure this is stock, already in the back, although I think it would have been a better idea. Actually no, I'm sorry, I'm thinking left-hand drive, but it's actually right-hand drive. So actually the position where they have it on the opposite end of the driver, which carries the weight, to balance the car out, they put it on the passenger side. So I've already gone ahead and removed the rear strut bar, or the rear frame stiffener. I don't know what they call it, but it's not tied to the strut bar, so it's to the body of the car. So I don't know what exactly to call it. If you guys know what it is, comment down below. So it looks like for me, I need to somehow get a 10mm wrench on there and loosen up all the connections, the positive and the negative, and whatever these wirings go to. Got to figure these out, and the bracket for the battery, and it looks like I can snake it out without having to remove this panel. But if I do, looks like it's 2 bolts here, another bolt there, 2 bolts there, and I think there's 2 bolts here as well. So actually not just one here, it's actually 2. So let's see if we can get this thing done and get my $22 back. Okay, I got the battery. I didn't realize that it was a smaller battery, so I was able to easily snake it out without having to remove that panel. Just the brace. So I'm gonna see if I can test it to see if this battery's still even any good. Try to do this with one hand. Nope. Got nothing. Okay, it is July 16th, and today we are going to be swapping out the fuel pump on the STI with a new AEM 340. So should be fairly simple. I'm just gonna see if I can try and detail the process. I think you can get to it from the trunk side, but it's probably going to be easier access if we remove the seats. Yeah, because I don't want to have to be reaching over from the back of the STI to get to the pump. So let's get that done today and document it. So I'm gonna guess this is the filter sock. Not quite sure what this is. Got the wiring for it and the pump itself. So okay. All right. So I guess just for you guys that are following, the part number is. There's two bolts, there's one here and one on the other side, and then basically at this point you just pull it up and drag it out. And for the backrest, there should be two bolts or nuts in the middle and one on each side, and I'll show it to you. Let me just go ahead and see if I can just go ahead and remove the bottom first. Okay, so you're gonna find, if you still have them, there should be caps. Basically, just not sure if you can see it, just pull it off, and that'll give you access to the bolts. So if I haven't already mentioned it, it is 12 millimeter for those bolts, and the 1200 is ethanol compatible, so I can run E85 down the road if I wanted to. And the fact that I shampooed this this rear seat with it on the car, I couldn't reach the what was underneath the backrest. So seeing that I still have this guy out, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this. Gives me an opportunity to clean this now. So these are the bolts I was talking about. Looks like there's only one here, and then one more on each end, and then there's another one. Might be another one underneath this belt. Nope, another one over there. So I've got three to contend with. So to get the seat out, you just have to make sure that this middle belt will go over it, and you could slide it right out. Pretty interesting. I didn't know that it had a bottom brace, which is pretty cool. The only thing you need to do next, I guess, to be able to get to the fuel pump port is to remove this piece right here. I may need to get more room, is to remove this brace, back seat brace. And these are the hooks, by the way, for the rear set. Basically, when you unbolt it, you just lift it up and it'll unhook, and you could slide it out when you pull this middle seat belt over. So let me see what I need to do here, and it's also give me an opportunity to clean this area right here. So just to note, what I did, I just folded this back, and it is pre-creased, so you can fold it without damaging it. It is, however, held by some push pins, so I used this little tool that I got from a store to be able to kind of slide in the push pin and then just pry it out. So I'm going to set this aside, make sure I don't lose that, and then And I just put that bracket that I took off here to lean against this so it doesn't, because it's wanting to flap back to the original position. So it looks like from here it's just 4 screws. So let's go ahead and remove that. And I kind of forget what I have on here. I think I might have Walbro. But that was previously installed by the previous owner. So I'm just kind of hoping that I have enough with the 340 to be able to support the kind of HP I want to run. Okay, gotta be careful with this. I kind of knew this was gonna fall apart. Oops, I tried to pick up the whole thing, but it fell apart in pieces. It's falling apart in pieces. We don't want that going into the fuel tank, so I'm gonna go and get the shop vac and shop vac it out. But as far as the connector, I'm just gonna clean this up a bit before I do anything. You got 3 connections here. With the ones with the orange clamp, you just have to kind of squeeze this while you pull the rest out. And this is the typical electrical connector, and this has just a hose clamp. Okay, I got the electrical connector disconnected. I got these 3 lines disconnected, but I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of somewhat concerned about the condition of this assembly and how rusted those nuts are. You know what my luck has been with anything that requires threading. So these are 8mm, and hopefully this will be uneventful and will come out easily. Well, would you look at that? I'm batting 1,000. That's another broken stud. That's courtesy of me. And I was careful as can be, and I don't know, just I'm getting to a point working on these old cars. It's starting to get old. Maybe it's time for me to sell all and just grab myself something turnkey. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Comment down below. Let me know. If so, what should I get? And this is the offending, if you guys can see, I don't know if it's focusing, the offending nut. Okay, so seeing that I've only got 5 days till my dyno session to get this car up and running, I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is for now and not gonna correct it. I'll do that at a later date. I just want to get the new pump in, get the assembly back, get it all covered up, and seeing that there's 2 points here, this should be okay for now. And like I said, I'm going to address that later. Hopefully I don't break anything when I torque it down. So the assembly's out. It's on the table. So it appears that all I really need to do at this point is just take out this casing, because there's 2 points there that I have to address, but that I have to make sure gets connected. Is the sock, pretty sure, and then you have this hose and you have the electrical connector. Okay, before I proceed any further, I just kind of want to show you what I did. So it came with this case that enclosed the sock, so you had to kind of remove the bottom first. So what I did was I kind of unclipped it on all 4 sides. There's 3 back here, there's 1 here, there's 2 on each side. Got the black piece out and set this thing aside. Basically this slides off from these rails. Okay, so you just basically slide it up, and I just set this thing aside. And then the sock is at the bottom of, let me see if I can get this closer, connected like this, and you were able to kind of squeeze it down and pull it out as soon as you get it off of this stem right here. Once you get this out, then you could slide this up along with the rubber that's on the bottom of that pump, which is this guy right here. And so now all I gotta do is disconnect the connector and the hose, and I should be able to drop this thing in. Okay, so what I ended up having was a Walbro GSS 342, so I'm gonna guess it's the same flow as the AEM that I just picked up. But the good thing about this is that this is already, well, the good thing about me grabbing the AEM is this is years and years old, and is not compatible, ethanol compatible. So I feel more comfortable with having the AEM in there, knowing that it's new. Okay, so I got the AEM installed. It is truly a drop-in, but this kind of got in the way. But this was a little hard to kind of get in, because this seemed just slightly longer than the pump that I had on there before. So to get to fit this this bottom gasket on the bracket, I had to bend it a little bit so that I can squeeze it to the area and then bend it back. Reason why I have that capped off is because apparently what they sent me, the sock with the AEM, will not work with my setup, because it would normally go this way, and see where it's kind of overlapping, as opposed to the previous one where it kind of fit in. So I wish, you know, I did ask the guy if I was going to get a newer sock when I first ordered it, and the guy said no. So apparently he didn't know what he was talking about. So now I have to kind of let this thing sit here until I can get a newer one. I don't plan on, looks like there's some dirt that kind of just got collected there inside and went through. So I'm not going to reuse this, because this is 150,000 miles old, or however, I think it was 80,000 miles where he did the mod for the fuel pump. And again, also for the fuel pump, this seems like it kind of overheated. I don't know, guys. I don't know enough about fuel pumps to say whether the discoloration is because of that, that it was working too hard. I don't know. I didn't need to use the connector that that the AEM came in. I don't know if I should have used this sleeve on there, and this would, I guess, the bottom boot. Actually, no, this is probably for the top, that maybe I should have used. But out of all the installs that I've seen, and the way that was installed, it didn't have any sort of protective covering on it, so just gonna leave it out. But I don't know if you guys think I'm making a mistake by doing that. Let me know, comment down below. But yeah, I definitely gotta get a new sock. Might as well get a new gasket. Actually, this still feels good. I should still provide a sealant. I don't know about this top though. Maybe I should just go for an iridium, but oh, can't afford that yet, and I'm not looking for big power anyway, so I'm not looking to run dual pumps. Okay, well, hey, that's enough for today. I guess I'm just gonna learn to have to leave the garage door open for a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that up now and be done for today. So hopefully the next time I post, I'll have the sock and finish up on the fuel pump install and have the fuel rails with the injectors back on, and just wait for it to start. So if it's not one thing, it's another. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Well, it could just be following this, but I never know how to sequence my videos. But anyway, all right.